back, family. So one of the hardest things to convince our people of is the fact that we are at war. Now, I've come to several conclusions. I believe that either our people don't want to believe we are at war, because once you believe, then comes the act of actually doing something about it, right? And so our people feel like if they can negate or shimmy around the fact that we are at war, that they will never have to do anything about the fact that we are at war, right? And this is why you see a lot of escapism with the ideologies that a lot of us believe in, whether it be the Morris science, or whether it be the Native Americans, or whether it be the Hebrew Israelites. In their mind, they feel like, well, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is file laws and paperworks, and that'll take care of everything. Or all I gotta do is believe in Yahshua, and when he come down from wherever he's coming down from, our enemies are gonna be put back into slavery. Or the Native Americans who believe, well, this is my land, and once they identify me as Native American, then racism would end, right? And so this is what we see in a lot of these ideologies outside the paradigm of believing that you're African and Pan-Africanism, right? We see this idea of, I don't want to believe that we are at war. Let me find another way to get around the fact that we are at war, right? And so the second thing I've come to the conclusion to believe why our people, don't see that we are at war is because a lot of us don't understand war. A lot of us don't understand that war is not always bombs and guns and attacking one openly, right? Nellie Fuller tells us in his book, Nellie Fuller and actually Dr. Francis Cress Welsing in the ISIS papers, right? Nellie Fuller and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, the ISIS papers. If you haven't got this book, get this book. It's a very good book. The ISIS papers by Nana, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. And then you have this book right here by Nellie Fuller. I can never pronounce the whole book without looking at it. So it's the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept, right? Of Compensatory Counter Racist Code. Very long title, but this is Nellie Fuller's book. And they talk about, how racism, global white supremacy functions in 9 areas of human activity, right? And I have the chart right here. If you can see the chart, I'll probably put it in the video. But it says it functions in economics, education, entertainment, labor, meaning employment, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and eventually Dr. Francis Cress Welsing added another one, which was healthcare. So basically, we are under attack in all those levels of human activity, okay? Meaning that we are under attack economically. When they bomb our communities like Tulsa, Oklahoma, or let's say Rosewood, when they do things like redlining, when they're keeping black people out of certain communities because they understand that the housing in those communities go for a higher value, right? When they do things like gentrification, when they do things like let's see, when they do things like trade wars is even a way of fighting against us economically. So we must understand we are at war in all of those levels of economics, all of those levels of education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, war, and healthcare. Another thing that we have a misconception about is that everyone fights during war. Everyone doesn't fight during war. Some people are just strategists. Some people are decoys. Some people are spies, right? So when you're talking about your good white friend and your white girlfriend and how good white people are, those are spies and decoys so that you can never really focus on the real agenda. So you can never really focus on the idea that you are being attacked, that your people are being attacked, right? And so you're constantly going to say, well, what about this good white person? And what about this good white person? Why black people are being killed, miseducated, locked up, targeted, treated like guinea pigs. You're sitting here talking about a good white person. If that is not the strategy of war. See, you have to read Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War, where he talks about things like this. He said, the way to subdue your enemy is through trickery. The greatest form of warfare is the mental, where you never, he said the best form of warfare is where you never have to fire a single shot. You have to read this book. You have to understand war, because a lot of us think that war is just dropping bombs and invading people's countries. No, war is bigger than that. There's such things called trade wars, where you block people out of economical situations. There's such things as cold wars, where you have some people who never fired a shot in 50 years. North Korea and South Korea, they've been at war for so long, never fired one shot in 50 years, but they still know they at war. You have things like cold wars, like I said before, where people don't fire at all. So war is fought on many different levels. We have to understand that we have been under attack for the past 500 years, dating back to ancient Kemet, West Africa, all around we've been under attack. From the Arab, from all around Eurasia, all right? And I say Eurasia, including Asian people as well. We have been under attack. We have to get under this notion that, oh no, listen, when they pass these laws not designed with you in mind. This is a war, and the best form of warfare is to make it look like you're not attacking the people. The Art of War. Gotta read these books, man. And even going to the religious aspect, right? Because a lot of us like to say, well, you got good, white missionaries, and they go into people's countries. Again, that is a form of war. Why do you think they call these people missionaries? What is their mission? What are they there to do? Why are they calling them missionaries? You know what a missionary is? That's someone designed to come in and destroy you. When they attacked Africa, they didn't attack Africa physically first. They attacked them religiously. Why do you think that we use the term missionary for sex? For sex, when you think about this, a position that we title in sex is called missionary. Where do you think that comes from? The missionary people coming in with Christ and with their ideas and sexing our women, and then we turn around and call that missionary today to have sex. This is how deep this is. This is how deep this has been implanted in our psyche, and we don't even realize it. We don't even understand what a missionary is. What are they coming to do? And still to this day, they come in our countries with the idea of spreading Jesus Christ, and then we see all these articles about how they came in there, sexed 20-something kids, molested 30-something kids, and we sit around and be like, ugh, with the stupid face. Understand that they have the name missionary for a reason, because they're coming to perform their mission, which is to brainwash you, which is to sex you, which is to do all type of disgusting things to you. Why don't you ever see black missionaries going to European countries molesting their kids? Why don't you ever see black missionaries doing that? Because it's not the same under the system of white supremacy. And then you have these, I'm not going to get on that, because then I'm going to get off topic, and I'm just not going to get on that at all. Because when you start talking like this, a lot of people who have platforms, anyway, but we have to understand this, man. We are at war in every facet of life. Every facet of life. Sometimes war is not about killing your enemy. Sometimes war is about psychologically breaking your enemy down to the point where they don't even see that they're at war. You have black people running around here, talking about love is love. That is a form of war right here on the chart. If you can see the chart again. War, white supremacy works in 9 levels. Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex. That means interracial sex. You don't want to hear it. It's the truth. Sex. You cannot be pro-African, pro-black. Sex is a form of warfare. Why do you think when you go into these European countries, you will see, even, let's go to Germany, Nazi. Let's go to Nazi Germany, right? What's one of the things that the Jewish women complained about when they were in the concentration camps? Being raped by German men. Okay? So much so, and I'm going to give you some real facts right here. So much so that before Nazi Germany, right, the way to determine a Jewish person's bloodline was through their father. So many women got raped during the Holocaust that they had to change that and say that you are now Jewish by your mother, because so many women were being raped, they didn't know who the fathers were. And then they were destroying the bloodline. This is a fact now. When you go to Jewish culture now, today, they say that you're determined by You're determined that you're Jewish by your mother's bloodline. But before, it was by your father's bloodline. But they had to switch that because so many women were being raped. This is a fact. When you go to some certain parts of Africa, where, let's not never forget, we can't ever let white supremacy off the hook. You go to certain parts of Africa, you would see that when they get into and it was trained by white people now, let's not ever forget that, because a lot of times we get stupid, be like, see, look, we do this to ourselves. They were trained by the Europeans, right? You would see them, they would start these civil wars, Europeans, and then the Africans who are brainwashed will go in and rape the women. This is what they taught us to do. Sex is a part of warfare. It's a part of dominance, showing a people, look what I can do to you. Look what I have done to you. You have no power. I'm physically making you submit to me. Sex is that. And this is what Europeans do. This is why these white men, they always walking around with our women like, yeah, nigga, I defeated you and I got your woman. This is why they use the term booty. You know what booty is? Booty is loot. I got your booty. I got your loot. I got your prized possession. Your black woman. You weak. You broken. And then we sit there and say, love is love, man. And then out of the outcome of that, what do? We create multiracial children. The Destruction of Black Civilization. Check that book out by Chancellor Williams, where he talks about how ancient Kemet and other civilizations were brought down because of interbreeding, because of mixed breeding, not understanding that we are at war. See, a lot of us don't understand how Kemet fell, Kemet being Egypt. We don't understand how you have Arabs in Egypt right now. We think that, well, we just died out. No. We sexed our way out because we didn't understand warfare. And I'll even go to modern day history. You can go to Haiti. Look what's happening in Haiti. Look what's happening in the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, mixed race people are what, 2% of the population, but they run damn near all of the Caribbean, all of Haiti. Who has been destroying Haiti for the longest? Mixed race people. Every time they're not in power, what do? Bring Haiti down. But y'all don't want to hear this because y'all think love is love. That is a form of warfare. That is a form of being under attack. Even here in the United States. Just look on your local news station. Who they gonna have? They're gonna have Don Lemon, mixed race. They're gonna have a whole bunch of mixed race people speaking for black people. Because white supremacy understands to create that buffer zone. Before we even get to fighting white supremacy, we got to go through the coons, and then we got to go through the mixed race people. White supremacy understands that. You don't understand it. So of course they're going to keep making mixed race people. Of course they're going to do that. But you don't understand it. You think love is love. You think religion is religion. You don't understand anything political. You are when it comes to life experience, you are stupid. I hate to say it. Hate to say it. W.E. Du Bois says in his book, The Soul of Black Folk, it is not letters and numbers that we are ignorant of, but it is life itself. Meaning that you can learn all the numbers and letters and get all the degrees you want in life. But if you don't understand racism, then you're not going to understand life. You're not going to understand what you're up against. And that's what I see in our community. A lot of ignorance. People talking, man, you talking that fake woke shit. You talking that stupid shit. First of all, that's not disrespectful to me. That's disrespectful to the ancestors that I studied under. Excuse me. The ancestors that I studied. The people that I took time to read out their books and go to their lectures. And that's disrespectful to them. They put their whole life work into saving African people and educating African people. So that's not disrespectful to me at all. That's disrespectful to the ancestors when you say that stupid shit. Oh man, that's that woke hotep shit. Oh, you stupid. You don't know what you talking about. We come up with all these type of deflections because we don't want to deal with the realness that we are at war. And these people are attacking us in every functional way. And just for you even thinking about that, just for you even saying, man, that's that woke shit. Oh, love is love. That even shows that you are even a part of the war. That you've been brainwashed. That you want to go against self-interest. In order for you to be pro-black, in order for you to be pro-African, you first have to be pro-self. Meaning you preserve yourself, and then you preserve your genetics, and then you preserve your community. That's what love is. Protection and correction. Protecting your genotype, protecting your economics, protecting your community, and correcting your community. That's what love is about. But y'all don't understand that concept. So hopefully I made it through this video. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to RGBTs, man. They be really looking out the clothing. Until next time, think black, stay black, love black, support black, and that's real African black power. We out.